Welcome to Prime TV. My name is Qiayel. It starts with a Q, but it is pronounced Qiayel. And Happy New Year, by the way. With New Year's coming around, one of the main things that people look forward to, or one of the resolutions, are to begin their health journey, or continue their health journey. It's always just something about their health journey. And today I have two very special guests that can help you out with that. They are co-owners of So Juice Company, and they make juice to help along with your health journey. So welcome them.
Thank you.
Yep, I have Miss LaRonda and then Mr. John, also known as the Freemans.
The Freeman's in the house. I'm LaRonda Freeman. I'm co-owner of So Juice Company. John and I have been married for 6 years. We together have 5 kids, and we also drive a bus, and for some reason we decided to open a juice bar.
My wife pretty much said it all, but my name is John Freeman, co-owner of So Juice Company, Canton, Michigan. She said we've been driving a city bus for probably between us, how long would it be?
Almost 44 years, I think.
That made my face turn. Almost 44 years, what she said. So we decided to do something different, and this is the difference. So it is what it is.
Where did you guys meet, and what is your story?
We got the story. Ron and I met at work. We were co-workers. We probably worked together for 6 years.
Longer than that. So we probably worked together maybe 13 years. We driving, so we're not sitting in the same space. So it was always kind of high and by, and over the years we went from co-workers to friends, and in the last 6 years we've been married. So.
Where have you traveled so far?
I have been to the Bahamas maybe 4 times, I think. Disney World is one of my most favorite places in the world. Started off enjoying it for my kids, but I really love it. I really it's something I always wanted to do as a kid and didn't get to go to. So for me, it kind of became, like a thing, like, oh my God, I made it, because I go. So I try to go, at least every couple of years. Most of the states, Chicago or Illinois, Florida, Las Vegas is one of my I love Las Vegas. I wish I could go there right now.
Do you also like to travel as well?
I didn't, honestly. Until I got married and married a woman who loves to travel. So I have grown into liking to travel. It's funny, you bring up travel, and it's a sore spot because doing this, we haven't been able to travel, and this one here is becoming restless. So
Antsy.
It's a little sore spot bringing it up, but I have grown to enjoy vacation.
So I know you have kids. How many kids do you have? Age ranges?
I have 2. Look, that's a great segue. My son Andrew is over there. Come over here in the shop, boy. Just walk around the camera this way.
Together we have 5.
Just walk around here, son. This is probably one of the hardest working young men that I can say he take care of a lot of business. I just want to make sure I shout him out. But I have a son, Andrew. You can go about your business. I have a son, and I have a daughter who just graduated high school and is attending Western Michigan University.
We got 5 kids together, but he brought 2, I brought 3. So then mine's are, I'm just going to say their ages, 32, 27, and 19.
Okay. Do your kids do anything like...
My daughter works for the county. My son, he works just at McDonald's right now, and he decided he wants to go back to school. And then my 19-year-old, he does a lot of trades. He puts in floors. He knows how to put up a wall and take down a wall. I'm trying to encourage him to go to trade school. If college isn't what you want to do, go to trade school and be the boss. You don't have to work for somebody. So I'm still working on him for that.
Y'all hear that though? You need y'all flooring and anything done?
Yes.
Just hit her up.
I got the plug.
So do they also help out around the store as well?
The older ones a little bit. Like Andrew, seriously, he knows how to do everything. He washes dishes. He's learning the juice. He can make some smoothies. He created a smoothie. What's the name of it, Andrew?
Andrew Berry.
Andrew Berry. Banana Drew Berry. That's his smoothie. So he probably does more than anybody. My daughter, the oldest, Rhonda, she does help with the social media and, you know, some of the computer type stuff. And we're trying to get the other ones in here, but they're busy between school and and work and some of the other things.
Now, John, I know you said that you are a Detroit Lions fan. Were you always a Detroit Lions fan, or you just jumped on the bandwagon?
Always, even when they were bad. Look, if anybody know me out there, anybody see this, I played Madden hard, and I had to suffer with the Detroit Lions. That was my squad.
That was your
when
team.
they was terrible, I was running with them. So now that they're good, I don't want nobody to say, "Oh, you just."
Yeah.
I've been a Detroit Lions fan for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what exactly made you guys start juicing?
For me, my beginning was, well, I went to school for culinary arts, so that was, 100 years ago. I went to Washington Community College, but even in high school, my last 2 years of high school, I went to, in Detroit, we called it VOTEC. So I'm not sure what they call it up here, but you like doing the vocational training. So I went to culinary arts for that. And then kind of walked away from it, same as John. It was fun, it was what I wanted to do, but I couldn't take care of my family doing that. So I, went and drove a bus, which was what paid the bills. But my passion has always been in food service. 7 years ago, for our housewarming gift, we were given a juicer. One of my good friends gave us a juicer, and we just kind of started playing with it, trying out new recipes, because some of the stuff in the books did not taste good. So it's like, okay, let me put my twist on it. Let me, put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I got this guy to start drinking green juice, in the morning. And Andrew, drinking juice and throwing beets and stuff. And people, beets have such a bad reputation, but they're so good for you. So for me, it was kind of like we had something going, but we didn't really know what to do with it. And then COVID came, and I'm going to let John pick up the story from COVID.
Nobody really wants to go back and talk about COVID.
But it sparked a lot of changes for people. I think the people was really deciding to follow their passion when COVID came.
Yeah, but it was a difficult time too. But during that time, I could remember sitting at home and was happy and eating and happy, and then looked up, was like, ooh,
20 pounds heavier.
Yeah. So we kind of watched one of those documentaries about juicing, and we tried it, and it was just at the time just something. Just for us, but it kind of transitioned into something else. Because also during that time we was working. We was off for a while, and then we went back to work, and the job was different.
Yeah.
It was so different that it kind of pared the city down to a certain number of people that you was dealing with every day, and it became very hard to tell people don't wear a mask when they don't care, about washing their hands and covering their mouth. They had no intentions, or they was not interested in that. So
it was unsafe.
It was unsafe, and I think mental health kind of showed its tail that during that time, because I believe a lot of people were untreated, or from what I was doing, it seemed like people was having a lot of breakdowns during that time, and it was hard to. It made the job shine in a different light. Basically, it was. So from that, the frustration, kind of being here for a while, and really, not being of age to retire, but having almost 15 to 20 years until I could retire, it was something I just couldn't see myself doing for another 20 years. Probably what sparked it for me, though, my wife came home frustrated one day from one of those days that we all have. You work in the lobby where the person feel like cussing you out, they gonna cuss you out. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't personal. Try not to take it personal, but we human.
Yeah.
And it becomes personal sometimes. And my wife came home crying one day, and I'd always wanted to start a business. I always wanted to have a business, but kind of being the man of the house and wanting to protect my family, it was always, okay, things are good, let's keep going, because chasing a dream is dangerous, for your, it's dangerous to your finances, it's dangerous to your household happiness, but, and it was always something I wanted to do, but just didn't want to put my family through that. If it was just me, I would risk being broke, I would risk being uncomfortable for if it was just me, but what I'm saying, like I said, being the man of the house, I didn't want to put my family through that. Till one day my wife came home, she was crying and she was frustrated, and I was like, it erased all the fear I had as far as, okay, whatever issues I had, it went away that day. I was like, we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? We sink or swim.
Yeah.
At least we can say we shot our shot. So.
And we doing it together no matter what. So.
Yeah. I like that. That's very beautiful, actually. I was kind of in the same place where, I wanted to start a podcast for a while, and I didn't get the chance to just because I was always nervous, especially with money and me paying the bills and everything by myself. I'm like, I don't got the funds to do it, but kind of just have to take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
So,
I think me and
was it
Rhonda-
COVID for you too, or something else?
so COVID is when I started coming up with ideas on how I can build capital, but I didn't really take a step forward until last year around April, May, and actually started. So
My term is jumping out the window. Sometimes, you know, you want to look and hope you got a soft spot. There's a lot of times in life you just got to jump out the window and you know, hope that, that everything works out.
Because if you wait till everything is perfect, you're
Right.
never gonna do it, you know. And for us, it was like the kids are getting older; they don't need us quite as much, so we can be gone a little bit more. We making pretty decent money, so we can put a little bit more into this dream. So, but the timing still probably wasn't perfect. For
Right.
me, I felt like he was ready to go.
Yeah.
6 months before I was ready, I was like, okay, give me a year, and I'm gonna get these recipes, and I'm gonna write this down, and I'm gonna learn how to do. What's the Google thing? Sheets. I'm gonna learn how to do sheets and all of this stuff. And he's like, no, the time is now.
Right.
We ready. Let's go. You know how to cook. You know how to make juice. Let's go. And,
Yeah.
You know, a part of that too was we had started off with probably what made seeing her happy, juicing, and you know, I think when you're a creative person like she is, and you can't be creative in the job that we're doing, it stifles you, and you become, you know, you kind of lose yourself. And she started making pineapple tea, and people at the job loved it, and it sparked my mind. Like, man, if she loves this, and what she's making people loving, you know what I'm saying? Let's put two and two together, and that's kind of where the you know, the idea came from. It, you know, if I don't get a chance to say this, it's crazy, beautiful, wonderful to have an idea and then make it manifest into, you know, some real life stuff. So for me, you know, I don't know where this thing gonna go, but I can say, you know, we had an idea, we ran with it, and Soul Glow came, you know, went from talking about it to being about it. So.
where did the name So Glow come from exactly?
It just came to me. You know, I can take credit for it. I ran it past her and I looked at her to see if she, you know what I'm saying, was gonna say something about it.
I
And
liked it right away, didn't I?
probably.
I think I was like, okay,
Maybe
I can
you did.
see it. I like it.
Yeah, so it was you know, it depended on who asked and when and when they asked. Soul Glow means you know, different things at different times. You know, for us, when you eat and drink better, you know, your soul glow. It was a point in time when we tried vegan, and yeah, I could see my nails, you know what I'm saying, shining, my
I
skin
was
was
sleeping
shining,
good.
Yeah.
face cleared
Feeling
up.
good,
Yeah, yeah. So it's sort of that where you know, when you what you put inside, you know, you put some good stuff inside, it's gonna glow and make your soul glow. So you know, it came from that, but.
And if you
Also-
ask other people, or you catch us at a different time, you're gonna get the iconic movie.
We ain't gonna get copyright.
He don't want to get sued for copyright. But do you know the movie that it comes from? Okay,
Just
so
let you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So the original movie had that song in there, and for our generation, I mean, that's iconic. You know, maybe some other people don't really know what it is, but it was one of them things, and we kind of wanted to bring that feeling into it. And plus, you know, being African American business owners, I think for me, it's a sense of pride.
Did you have to have any type of license or anything to open up a business like this?
Yeah, state of Michigan. There's a lot of licensing. So I got my food manager's license. You have your food handlers, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my kids and
We
had
made
some
sure the kids
employees.
have theirs too. Yeah.
So everybody got their food handlers. You know, it was an online course that you had to take. So
Yeah.
we did that. She had her manager's thing. We had to get inspected by the health inspector for you know, for the city of, well, for the county of Wayne.
Yeah.
Building inspected. What else we had to get?
Yeah, and then we sell all natural dog treats from the pulp. So I have my feed license. That just basically means I can legally sell dog treats. And most people go, "You gotta have a license to sell dog treats in Michigan." And there's probably people that didn't go that extra step, but that's something that we wanted to do to let everybody know, like, we're taking this thing seriously. I'm not just throwing stuff together. So I take the pulp from the juice, and it's already compressed, and then I mix it with some peanut butter and flax seeds and a couple other things, and I make all natural dog treats. So getting my license, it was expensive because you had to have each ingredient tested separately, even though they know exactly what's in the apple. You still have to have it tested separately, and I think it was worth it. I feel real proud when I tell people, like, I have my dog food license. So.
Yeah, that's nice to know though, because my sister has a dog, so
cool.
I just let her know. Let her know.
Dogs are crazy from they really do. They're really good because they're natural. So I really tell people it's like people food for dogs because it's just fruit and a couple of other ingredients and stuff. But dogs love them. They absolutely love them.
Okay, all right. She has a Yorkie poo, so
okay.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he'll like it, but he eats just about everything.
Anything.
So, was there any additional schooling that you needed to do in order to run a business like this? I know you said you went to culinary arts, and I think you said management.
Yeah. Well, so my food manager's license, there's a 8-hour, 9-hour class that you take through the Washington County. And I did that only because I had been out of food service for a while. So I cook at home, but commercially I had been out of food service. So for me, I wanted to be more comfortable with coming in here saying, hey, I got all this stuff. I'm gloves. We got safe temperatures and food handling and all those things. So you don't have to take that class. You can just do the online version of it. But I wanted to be able to ask questions and go through all of the steps. So as long as somebody has to have a food manager's license. You don't have to have a food handler's, but everybody here does. And I think that's the only licensing, right? Like I said, getting the building inspected and the health inspection, but that's the only licensing that you have to have.
Okay. Now, I know you kind of already answered this, but just so we can get a consensus, from start to finish, what was the process like?
I look at him to see what his reaction is.
Honestly, if anybody was looking to start a business, when we started looking for places, we kind of just was getting our feet wet.
Testing the
and
waters.
then we messed around and found a place that was already set up for what we was trying to do, which made us have to fast forward all of our plans, because when we found this place, we were just looking. We weren't necessarily looking to start something this early, but it ended up kind of falling in our lap, and the situation was to our advantage, so we ended up speeding up our process. But that probably was a year. Last December, I believe. Mm-hmm. Last December November we found the building. Around December we decided to go ahead and do it. We painted, got the building ready for inspection.
That was the hardest part.
Yeah, it's funny because it became, for me, a personal challenge. Because your finances and what they want done, I'm the type of person that I had to become things that I've never become before. I had to draw architectural plans, which I've never done before. Okay. And the process of it cost $1,000. So what it made me do was go to Walmart and get all the drafting paper I can get. And I went up there every day for a week. My man was like, "It's too sloppy. I can't take this." I went back, did it again. "It's too sloppy. I can't take this. This ain't got this." Went back and did it again. By Friday, turned my stuff in. He looked at me like you gonna keep coming back up, and he said, "You're right, because I ain't paying $1,000 for this." So I ended up, they accepted it. It worked out. We went through maybe 3 or 4 months waiting to 4 months waiting for the health department to schedule us for our appointment, and by that time we had mostly everything was already in place. We ended up having our soft opening in June?
Yep, June 2nd.
June 2nd,
So the process I think depending on what county you're in, the time frame will be different. We've heard that other counties are a little bit faster, but Wayne County has a lot of restaurants. and only so many inspectors. And from my understanding, they had a lot of job losses also, right? So that kind of slowed everything down. It wasn't a bad process, but it was kind of nerve-wracking because to his point about the money, you have, we don't have funding. We don't have investors somewhere doing this. This is our money that we, put aside and that we put into this project here. And you kind of watching it like, okay, 1 month we not open, 2 months we not open, 3 months. So by the 4th month, it was like, okay, when we open, we got to hit this thing running. We had our recipes, we had menus ready to go. They came on maybe a Thursday, Friday. I think we opened that Tuesday. It was because we were ready. We had been waiting 4 months. So for other people, the process might be a little bit different, but that's basically it. You turn in your drawings, you turn in your all your paperwork, your licensing. You have the health inspector come out. They approve you. If they approve everything, you open. That's it. But it's just a very drawn out process.
Yeah. So I know you said that you're from Ypsi. Are you also from Ypsi as well?
Ooh, I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
West Side. Look, edit that out.
Was there a particular reason why you chose Canton to have your business?
I think John he's the research guy, and he started looking to see that there's no other juice bars in this area. I think, is it 15 miles? There's nothing within 15?
I mean, there is. I think what we do is we got a good niche where we are because finding cold pressed juice places that does it
Made to order
is.
There
are juice places around. There's major chains. I ain't gonna say their name or Free Pub, but then there's a few places. But kind of where we are and what we do is a little different from what other people do. And basically, we looked in Ypsi. The place that was available to us in Ypsi, Belleville. We didn't feel like it would fit, and like I said, this place.
It was already ready.
It was already ready to go. So it kind of was one of those things that just worked out.
Yeah.
Plus, I think pricing was an issue. We come from that Ann Arbor area with work, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't want to be so high that only a certain class of people could afford to have a good juice or to eat healthy. And so Canton was kind of like the middle ground. We can price it to where the average person coming here with their family, and we have $5 smoothies. You can bring your kids in here and get a $7 cold press made to order juice. We get a lot of kids that come in this area from the schools and stuff, and we love that. I personally love it to see a whole family sitting there and knowing they didn't blow the bank to come here and get something healthy and fresh, because you know what it's like to go. You choosing, do I get a salad? Do I get a burger? And you're going to usually get the cheaper thing because you got more people to feed. But for here, we wanted our prices to be something where everybody can come in, get something that they want, and feel like they got a good value too.
Yeah. I know you guys both run the shop. How is it, or how do you split up the duties, I guess, with you guys, with both of you running the shop?
What's funny is that when we first started, we didn't even realize how this thing was going to work. I don't know what we was thinking.
We thought we was gonna ride to work together at the bus company, and then come to work here and just start and work. And what was about 2 weeks before the bid? 2 weeks before the bid, I went, who's gonna open? If we both are there, who's gonna open this thing? So we kind of had to split it up. Like I open and he closed. When he comes in the evening time, I try to make sure that he has the dishes washed. He got some clean, fresh water. There's all the produce is cut that he needs to have cut, and he has juices ready to go, so he doesn't have to juice as much. And then he does the same for me when he leaves. It's spotless. When I walk in here, the first thing I smell is like, oh my God, it's so fresh in here, because he cleans and gets everything ready, has produce ready for me to come in so I can just start and juice. So I think that it just kind of happened that way. Like we saw what wasn't working and just kind of said, okay, well, you take care of these.
You didn't want to get up in the morning. You didn't want to, you didn't want to work the morning shift. You wanted to work nights. So
I'm a night girl.
So that's how it worked out. But it's been a struggle. You know what I'm saying? If anybody is thinking about doing this, it ain't easy. Our marriage has been tested because I don't get to see her. I don't get to see my wife until
Saturday.
Physically Saturday, because when I get up, she sleep. I'm on my way to work. Now we get to see each other because she works a different shift. But when she was passing, she was going to work. I was coming here.
We would pass on back. Like that was it.
And I'd be sleeping when she come in and get off of work. So it'd be times when I don't see her Saturday. So No, it's been a strain on our marriage. Not in a bad way, but just not being able to see your wife. You know what I'm saying? We there every day, but
Having partial conversations all the time,
yeah,
which
then it
makes it
becomes-
hard for communication because he told me something and I didn't get what he said, or I didn't get to give him a whole information, or so that kind of, and this, I don't even know if this was your question, but
It's fine.
But
yeah.
for us, what happens is he ends up having to do something just to do it, and then I come in and go, "Oh, John made a new smoothie," but we didn't get a chance to talk about it,
Yeah.
or I might change the price on something, and then I didn't get a chance to really discuss it with him. So, and then when Saturday roll around, we kind of sit down and kind of put all the little pieces together, and it works for us, but it's a lot of strain.
But it has gotten better. I mean, I think we've been able to, I guess, just like anything else, work at it and kind of fix the small things that was out of line, and be able to make this thing work. I guess like people do every day, figure out a way to make it work. So.
Yeah. So you actually answered my next question, which was, is it difficult, working with a spouse? I mean, I guess it's not necessarily difficult in terms
You're
of
supposed
like,
to say no.
well, because like some, I shouldn't say some, but like when I'm watching movies or something, when husband and wife go into work together, sometimes they get annoyed because they come back home and they deal with
and
work
that's
problems
real.
and things
that's
like
real.
that.
Yeah.
So
It's it's funny. I think she feel like it's times where like if I'm on her shift, she feel like she the shift leader. I guess
I'm the boss. If you come in here on day shift, I'm the boss. And I'll say, John, I need you to go do this, that, and the other. And he'll pause and look at me like, I know what I'm doing too, but you don't do that on this shift though. So yeah, I think there's a little bit of this going on, and that's probably just our personalities naturally.
I think more than anything, you used to working by yourself. You're doing your own thing, and then I'm used to working by myself, and it's a small thing. I think if the communication between two people and things are good between two people, you can get past that. Because it's going to happen. It's going to be some miscommunication. It's going to be some misunderstandings, and for the most part, I think we both pulling in the same direction. So
we both want the same thing, so we continue to do things that make it work. Sometimes we absolutely get on each other's nerves, but what I'll find is that, and this comes from being married, not a super long time, but in the time that we've been married, we're really good friends. I know when I'm kind of irritating him, so I'll either back down or I'll push harder. It just depending on what I need. Sometimes I keep on going, sometimes I back down. But what he'll do is he'll kind of sit off to himself. Like he might go to the back in the employee area and just kind of sit down. And I'm like, okay, he need a break. And then for me, I might, just really get deep into something, get myself really, really busy. And then we'll kind of talk throughout the day, like, hey, do you need something? So, he's constantly checking on me, I'm checking on him. So even when we irritate each other, the main focus is that if this marriage don't work, the business ain't going to work. It ain't going to make no difference. So we are constantly trying to make sure that part is good.
yeah, that's definitely good. I know it's not the same thing, but like, me and my mom, we work together. And
But it kind of is, though. I mean, you're not living with them, but I get it. Because I get it.
Yeah, we had the same shift working at the Blake, and sometimes I feel like she don't realize that we grown. I'm a co-worker at this right now. Like, I'm not your daughter.
No,
but
you never not. My daughter's 32. I did like this under her chin. I was like, oh, my baby, and she was like, Mom, I'm a grown woman, and I had to catch myself. So I absolutely get that. I get it.
So I hope y'all don't take offense. Okay, but
I'm already offended. But what you about to say?
So when it comes with your age, has that ever felt like that put limitations on the dreams or the goals and things that came with the business, or even before starting the business? Did that have a strain? Was that a restriction?
I'm gonna answer
for
for me. I'll say for me, more than anything, physically, I'm more so. Driving a bus for 20 years, you got rotator cuff issues, you got knees, maybe a little arthritis is starting to come up. So physically, it can be a lot for me, picking up the apples and moving cases of food around and bending and stuff. So that part is where I'm reminded that, what was I doing starting a new business at almost 50 years old, But mentally, I think it's amazing because I bring a lot of experience with me, from the culinary arts, from cooking for my family, from just having customer service training that we've had, at the bus job. So for me, I feel like it's still a plus for me. I'm not starting off ignorant. I know a lot more than I would have known 20, 30 years ago before I started. But physically, I can feel it. You know.
My motivation every day, I wrote this on her vision board, because we have a vision board together, but I call it hers. And I simply wrote, get off the bus.
Yeah.
That's my motivation every day. So, the age thing is it hasn't necessarily been a factor for me, I don't think, but, my motivation more than anything is, like I said, to be able to get off the bus. That's what I wrote on my vision board a couple years, or a year ago, whatever it was. That's what I wrote there. So that's, more of my thing. So it don't just my age or whatever don't bother me as far as that. It's been a struggle. 5 hours of sleep, not being able to, take care of things at home sometimes. Come home like, man, my wash these dishes. This is ridiculous. So, that type of thing has been an issue. But I don't feel like I'm, my age, and that has been an issue.
Do you have any advice for anybody that is older, that is worried that their age comes into play with starting off something like a business or something like that? Do you have any advice for them?
I would say
Lean into your experiences.
Yeah.
Like you
Make
came
that work
with a whole host of experiences. Even if your background doesn't match whatever thing that you're getting ready to start, you have some things that you can pull from, whether it's experiences or connecting with people. Somebody in your life that may be able to direct you on some of those things that you don't know. So I would say lean into that. You figure out how to make that a positive, make it work.
I would say, it's all excuses. We can make amends. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too fat. I'm too black.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's something about being able to live with regrets. Can you live with not shooting your shot, not chasing that dream or whatever it was? If you can, go. If you can't, I don't care how old you are. You know what I'm saying? Get after it. So that, for me, I think more than anything, that would be my advice. If you feel like you can live with that regret that you never did whatever it is that you wanted to do, then do it. Don't do it. But if you can't, if you know in your heart what type of person you are, I would say chase it.
Yeah, get out there and get it.
Yeah. I was actually just talking to my niece and even my sister, and they asked me if they should do X or they should do Z. And I let them know, like, every decision that you make comes with some type of withdrawal or a consequence.
Yeah.
It just depends on what matters more to you. So if you decide, I'm not going to do my homework tonight, okay, well, no, you got to wake up even earlier. You're going to miss out on sleep. So what matters more?
Yeah.
Getting sleep now or getting sleep later, So, yeah, I agree with both of you. What would you say is the best part about running a business?
You
get to do. You get to be creative and do things that you could, like places you couldn't do at the big M place that
You stole my answer.
No, that's the best part about it. We can come in here and we can make a juice, from whatever. We have a juice, or we have a initiative that if you have any issue, there's a juice for that. You know what I'm saying? So if you got high blood pressure, we have a juice that we can make to help you with that. If you got inflammation or arthritis or you losing your hair, there's literally a juice for everything. And
you can't get that from the box store. You can't walk into X, Y, and Z juice store and say, hey, my shoulder's been hurting. We literally have people that call and say, hey, I'm having some respiratory issues. Can you make me juice? I'll be there in a half an hour. I'm like, yep, I got you. And I'm going to put something together for you. I have a couple of customers that say, hey, your juice really helped me get over COVID quicker, or helped me get over this respiratory infection faster, or hey, I'm about to go do some sports. Give me something with some beets and make it taste good. So same answer in that having our own business, I can do pretty much whatever I want to, and I use my culinary arts background. I make soup from scratch on Saturdays. The only reason I do it only on Saturdays is because that's when there's more of us here, so I don't have to, do the register and other things. But I love when people call and say, hey, what soup you got today? What are you making? Or somebody say, hey, can you make that, but can you add this to it? Yep, I got you. You know, so I really pride myself on doing custom things for my customers.
Yeah. What would you say is the most difficult part?
Is it the schedule?
For me, I would say the most difficult part is the. I feel like we have a good product, and you know, trying to get this good product to all the people that we. You know, sometimes people come in here and they say, "I didn't even know y'all was here," and that's almost like hitting me with a brick because, you know, we've done
the things.
we've done all the things we thought that would you know get your name out there, the internet stuff, the Google's. I don't want to say, but I don't want to say no corporations' names, but
You put one of them blobs over your face.
Yeah, but you know we've done those things, and people are still like, "Well, how you hear about us? We were just driving by." I'd be like, "That's great," but so the hardest part for me is the wait. Like, you know, I don't know how you know how she measures success, but not necessarily for me financial, but you know more about getting to the place where you know people know that we here. You know, if you come and you say I don't care for it, that's cool. But we've been trying hard this last year to get our name out and to get people to know we're here, and that's probably the most difficult part of it. It's for me, it's just, you know, yelling, "Hey, I'm here," and nobody see you. So for me, that's the most difficult part.
Yeah. For me, it's the schedule. It's hard working basically 2 full-time jobs and trying to be a creative and a wife and a mother and a grandmother and a, you know, sister and a friend. I miss a lot of stuff. I miss a lot of, you know, events, and I understand now that is all a part of the sacrifice. I don't think I understood it in the beginning to the extent that it was going to be. You know, I miss my granddaughter's kindergarten graduation and her 6th birthday party. You know, that broke my little heart. But she understood. She was like, "Gigi, I know you got to work. You know, it's okay." So for me, that part is difficult. Like I'll go in the parking lot and chase people down. With my dog treats, there's a vet place nearby here. When I see people walking with dogs, I grab some dog treats and go, "Hey, I'm here." So I have no problem going out there and getting the people. And then they come back, you know. But for me, it's missing out on some of the life events, some of the other things. That's the hard part for me.
What's one thing that you wish you would have known prior to starting your own business?
That it was going to take 4 months to open.
Yeah.
I think I would have made some different financial choices had I known it was going to take so long to open. Yeah, that's my answer. They tell you 30 days. That's not the truth at all. But don't get me in trouble with Wayne County.
For me, I think we had 5 amazing young employees. And you know, we trained them, and you know, it was cool because they were our first employees. But you know, I think about the money that and I don't mean it in a bad way, not wasted, but you know, we didn't have the people to need 5.
We didn't have the customers.
Yeah, 5 employees. So spending that time and that money on that, not knowing that, okay, you know, I could have saved that money and we could have done what we doing now, what we was ultimately gonna have to do anyway, was run our own thing. It was days when we was paying them more than we was making that day.
And I admitted this to you, and I'm admitted to you and to your people, that for me, that came from a place of fear. I was nervous, you know, even though I have the license, I have the culinary background, I have, you know, the experience in doing this thing for a long time. I was scared. I was, you know, and I don't think I really expressed that to you in the beginning. Like, "Hey, I need help. What if a school bus pull up and a bunch of people come? How am I supposed to do that?" You know, and it still hasn't happened. But those type of fears are the fears that probably would have kept me from starting this business had it not been for him. And then once we opened the business, those fears is what made me say, "Hey, we need help. We need help right away, even before we sell our first juice." And so I agree that we probably jumped out there too fast, you know, bringing people in. It was a great experience, interviewing people and training and all that kind of stuff. It was cool, but yeah, that was hard when payroll come around and it's like, we got to get 3/4 of what we made, you know, to this. They were great staff, but we didn't need them right at that time.
Yeah, understandable. What would you say is your favorite thing on the menu?
Leah's peanut butter cup. I'm a chocolate girl, and it actually is a white chocolate peanut butter that's named after one of my granddaughters. And then my second favorite, I gotta say this because they're twins, is Shy Strawberry Cheesecake. But I'm a chocolate girl, so that Leah's peanut butter cup is so unique because it's peanut butter and cinnamon and white chocolate, and people go crazy for it.
That sounds
So,
good.
Yeah.
I would say Iconic. Iconic was a juice that, has blue spirulina in it.
Has
I
what?
didn't know. Exactly.
I made one for you. So.
Yeah, actually.
Can I get it?
Sure.
I don't want.
So the blue spirulina, apple, lemon, and ginger, a combination that I had no clue of. I never heard of blue spirulina. It is our number one seller. Probably the color is what gets people, but the taste of it is.
That's for you.
So anybody who asks, that's what I tell them my favorite is the Iconic.
So blue spirulina is derived from algae. It doesn't taste like the sea or anything like that, but it has 32 vitamins and minerals in there. And so it's super healthy. It doesn't have a taste, but you're getting all the vitamins and all the minerals from it. And that color is natural. That's naturally the color of that algae.
Yeah, we gonna try this. 'Cause
Live on camera?
I'm not a ginger person, so
Okay.
we gonna.
I probably made that extra strong.
Yeah,
Not-
yeah.
It's actually good though,
She said actually.
You sound like my daughter, right?
That's what Amari said.
because. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, that's 3 sips.
Right, right.
2 sips, you might not have been telling the truth. 3, you
No,
love
but
it.
that's our number one seller, and
Yeah.
it's it has a little ginger in it for people like I don't like ginger. It's
It's not too
enough.
So
to-
now I
and-
taste the cayenne.
Oh, and the
Yeah,
cayenne
it's got,
pepper.
but see,
I
what
forgot about
cayenne pepper is boosts your metabolism. So people always go, why you put cayenne pepper in there? Because it's going to give you that little boost of energy that you need. It's going to help you to burn fat. It's a great juice first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Now, you can have it anytime,
Okay.
but it's a really, really good first thing. in the
Especially if you're not feeling well, we have
Oh, yeah.
ginger wellness shots. We have ginger shots, but that's one of those juices that if you're not feeling well,
Yeah.
that'll get you up in the morning.
People drink that and go, oh my God. I was not feeling well. I had that blue juice. I don't even know the name
Blue
of it.
juice.
I had that blue juice, and I just had this burst of energy, So, and there's nothing added. We don't add any sugars or water or anything to our juice. No preservatives. So when you cold press juice, you can keep it up to 7 days. We do 3 days just so it's maximum freshness. So every 3 days we turn it over to juice. So every time you come in here, you're getting a really fresh product.
What do you feel like is so different from your juices compared to other juices that are out in the market?
Being able to get it from somebody that you feel comfortable with, like I say, access is everything. Sometimes you can miss out on not. This is something you want to do and be deterred because of the person you feel like they may not relate to you. So I think for us, or for me, I can say that it's being able to relate to people that real people. I'm not a yoga mom. I'm not 102 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with the same issues you're dealing with. So when you come in and we can talk about, hey, I need a juice for this. I need a juice for that. Currently, I'm doing the a liquid fast for the next 3 days, and so we can talk about that. Being starving, starving and being hungry, and being overweight. I think it resonates with people more than, like I said, if I was 102 pounds, you might think it come easy for me, whatever. So it's one of those things where I think for me is being able to relate to people that real people relate to real people.
For me, I think it's being able to give people a custom product. People having whatever issues or ailments or, whatever. Hey, I went out last night. I got a bit of a hangover. What can you give me? What can I do?
Mm-hmm.
That part right there, I think that's the biggest part for me. Is being able to give you not just made to order, but custom. You can say, hey, put me some ginger in there. Or put, this in there. Or take that out. I don't like this, that, and the other. And then I challenge people. When I get people that say, ooh, you sell beet juice. That literally my head will turn. Like, what, you don't like beets? Because if you give me a beet, man, I can mix 3-4 different ingredients with it, and that is something that I really pride myself on because it's such a healthy vegetable for you. So I try to
People
give
get
people.
turned off by it, but kind of the way we do it, you gonna get it, but you're not gonna taste the
Yeah,
dirt.
yeah. If you didn't see me put it in there, people go, you put beets in here? Like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. Yep. Now your blood is circulating better. Beets help to cleanse your liver. Like it's just so good for you that if I could, and then I do golden beets, which is so beautiful. It's a really bright orange color naturally. You put that in there, so now you don't have that earth. He said dirt, but it's earthy flavor is what it is. So it takes away from that, but it has just the sweetness that comes from it. So that to me, it's a personal challenge. So I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I will say I'm not a ginger person. So if I would have just came in here and I would have looked at this,
You would have turned away.
I would not pick it up. I'm like, nah. If my mom would have brought this to me and she would have just tried
Oh,
it,
your
I'm like,
mom is
nah.
one of my customers.
No,
You
she
know
is.
that.
She's trying to juice herself too.
Okay,
So
good, good, good.
maybe she can
And
get
I
some
encourage
from
people
this.
all the time. People say, "Oh, I juice at home," but I tell them keep doing it. You know, come here. You know, of course I want your business, but come here. You out and about. You don't feel like making it. It's a lot of cleanup. You buy a lot of food, and you come away with a little tiny amount of juice. So I get it, but I encourage people all the time. You don't have to get the commercial juices that we get. Go on that one website that everybody goes on, buy all their stuff, get you a $50, $100 juicer, and do it at home. You know, just to get healthier.
It's about health. I think
Yeah.
one of the probably things you realize as you get older is that what you eating or what you have ate or your eating habits, directly affect your health and how you feel. And nobody wants to imagine be sluggish and sick and slowful. We all want to be energetic and healthy because we live in it and this is life. And it's better when you feel better, when you're not sickly and having issues. So, for me, that's what it is.
And it's also a part of like when you know better, you do better. I'm a stress eater naturally. I haven't experienced any stress more than the stress of opening a business and working the way that we work. So even though I have all this amazing stuff, sometimes I'll eat a cookie and go, oh my God, I've had a juice bar all day, and not because we make some delicious chocolate chip cookies, just FYI. And I'll go, oh my God, I haven't had a piece of fruit all day because I'm working and I'm not, partaking. So for me, it's been like, let's slow down because it's not about being skinny. I'm, almost 50. I don't care about being skinny. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to, keep taking my grandbabies on trips and running with this guy and doing all of the things. So for me, healthy don't look like skinny. It's
Right.
me being able to, fit into whatever I want to fit in and get up and run and move and do all of the things. And education. My 19-year-old son, he's in great shape. He's amazing. 6'4" or something like that. Really good shape.
Oh, man.
I tell them all the time, don't forget high blood pressure running your family. Because you don't think about it at 19. You ain't thinking about it at 20. You're not thinking about it at 25. I told them the other day, I had great blood pressure, probably up until I was 29. I hop on that table and they do my numbers and say, perfect again. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, bam. But what it was is that it was all those years that I wasn't paying attention, that I wasn't counting. It just hit you, And even for you at your age, you're probably not thinking about that stuff. But start thinking about it. Because one day, God willing, you're going to be 50. You're going to be, older than that. And you want to start thinking about, now, what am I putting in my body right now? Even for him, I'll tell him, you working hard. Be the boss. All that, they making you carry 100-pound boxes and stuff because you can. One day your back gonna say we can't do this no more,
Right.
So that's a part of it. When little kids come in here, I talk to them all the time. What's your snack today? Do you want an apple? We give free fruit away to the kids when they come in here because I'd rather you eat that apple than to go to the dollar store or cut that out and get a candy bar or whatever the thing is.
So have you guys noticed or have you made any progress towards your health goals so far?
A little bit for me, I'll say. I have a sweet tooth. That's why Leah's peanut butter is my favorite smoothie because it's healthy, but it feels like you eating a shake, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, doing this fast has been something that I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit tired, a little bit sluggish in the beginning, but by the end of the day, I'm like, man, I went all day. I done 18 hours. I haven't had nothing to eat or whatever. Then when I do that first meal, it just tastes so good to me, and I'm proud of myself. So I'm trying to not jump on a scale so much because it's not a number. It's more about how I feel, how I look to myself. So for me, I'm already improving. Making better choices.
I think this past year has been stressful, in so many ways, trying to find time to eat, play, we end up doing what you've always done is okay, we run out of time, run over here to such. So I think,
Then you'd be like, just this one time. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go here just today, just today.
so real life, I'm not sitting here saying I eat, kale sandwiches and whatnot. I'm, it's been a struggle to fit this into our daily life and figure out how are you running from job to job and place to place and doing, 100 things and still try to eat healthy. And it's been a process. So the benefit of having access to a juice bar is, you can eat healthy. Really without trying. Because we have fruit on demand, we have vegetables on demand.
And I sneak vegetables in his stuff. He might ask me to make him a smoothie or something. Before I go, I'll throw some spinach in there. I'll throw a little bit of kale in there.
But I think that's what here at Sober, that's what we are trying to do, is just get you a little bit of kale in you, get you a little bit of spinach in you, and make better choices.
And I did just sign up for the gym. I forgot. So I try to say I don't do resolutions, but because people break them, right? But for me, part of my goal is to do better, look better, get back to my old self kind of thing. So I did. Can I say the name?
Yeah.
So there's a gym just right in this plaza right here, Canton Fit Body Boot Camp. So they were running an amazing special for New Year's, and I wanted to sign up for myself because it's right here. Like I'm here. I just got to come in a little bit earlier, or sometimes I'm already here in preparation. I'm like, I can go down there, I can give 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that takes away the excuses of me having to drive somewhere or go somewhere or do something else. I'm right there. I went down there, I talked to the owner, told him some of my health issues, some of my concerns. He said, hey, we're going to work with you. So for me, it was kind of like, okay, I can do this. I can make this a part of my everyday lifestyle, and that's something that I'm just super looking forward to. It's like, okay, I'm taking away the excuses. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to tell people do this, and then I'm doing the exact opposite of it. So for me, I want to look the part. I want to be what I say. What I'm telling other people to do.
So now that you mentioned looking the part, I know you said before that one of the things that you thought before that you wanted to look the part before starting to open up your juice business. Do you have any opinions on people that look the part and then have the business, or would you rather somebody go through the journey with you type of thing?
I get both ways, because for me, again, it's not a number. It's not I'm trying to be a this size. I want to feel good to me. Yes, I want to still be attractive to him, but I want to feel good to me. And part of this last year, I stopped feeling good to myself. I started looking like, okay, because we go through our things where we kind of like, okay, I'm liking how I look. When that went away from me, it was like, okay, you got to do something different. Because even though he's still telling me, oh, you're beautiful, you look good, I still love you, it was kind of falling on deaf ears because I wasn't feeling it for myself.
Yeah.
So for me, I love that I can go through that journey with somebody. Like, hey, I'm working out down here too. Hey, I had a cookie yesterday and I don't feel bad about it. I was having a rough day, but today I'm gonna make a better choice, But if somebody's already looking the part and that's your lifestyle, that's what you're doing, there's somebody that's gonna be encouraged by that too, But for me, I'm not gonna wake up and be a size 4 or 6 or whatever the thing is. And so if that's what you are and that's what you do, push that for somebody. But there's somebody who's going to be motivated by me looking like this and wanting to feel better and wanting to do better too.
So how has life changed for you since opening the juice bar? It could be financially, it could be mentally, but
you're going to get all me whistling on your mic. It's been a lot good and bad. Financially, it's been tough. I remember saying to him, like, remember when I had money to blow? I was taking all these extra fun classes and just, doing stuff just because I wanted to do it. We had a lot of events and family stuff at the house. And now most of the money is kind of coming into the business. I did this class, and what I learned is that the baby is a business. So we started it probably feeling like, okay, we got a business, we can just sit back and let it grow. Nope, it don't happen like that. It has to grow. You got to feed into it and until the baby is able to take care of you. So for me, it's been like, okay, all of that extra income that I had, I'm putting more into this business. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's still my baby too. I'm taking care of it. It's me. Time has been difficult. I eat on the way to work. on my 30-minute, drive to Ann Arbor. Not being able to, have dinners with him or cook him meals or whatever little thing is. So that part, again, that's the most difficult part. But it hasn't been all bad. Again, I love my customers. Don tell me I hug more people in this in this juice bar than I ever do. Sometimes it's only happened with women. I'm sure it could happen with men. I've made so many connections with women, and some of them I've never seen since that day, but you meet somebody, we talk about something, and there's a genuine thing that happens, like, oh my God, that happened to me in my life too. I've never had that conversation on my other job. I've never exposed myself or been so vulnerable with other women as I have here, and that's something that, I've cried here like a happy tear. I had a customer, there have been a few that's amazing, but I had one lady that came in here, and she kind of just, spoke, and she's kind of looked at me and was like, you look like you got something heavy on you. And I just started to tear a little bit. And as we, started to speak, and she pulled some stuff out of me and I pulled some stuff out of her, and we both was like, you need a hug, don't you? And we just embraced, for the longest amount of time, and I cherished that moment because it was just so real. And something like that, I can't do that nowhere else. I can do that here. So, that's something that I'll take away. That's one of the best things, is the connections that I've made with some of the women that come in here. And people can find us on our social medias at soulglow.juiceco, and our website, soulglowjuice.com.
We also have a Facebook group that we are running for, it's basically called the Glow Initiative. It's a group for inspiration and encouragement of people, of like-minded people who are, want to do something different. It's whatever you want to make it. So it's free to join.
And it's not just about health, right?
No.
If my goal is to save money, you can come on there and say, hey, this is my goal. I want to save some money. I want to figure out, how to take my kids to Disney World, or whatever the thing is. You just sharing your goal and having a place where people are like-minded and people are motivated and encourage each other.
We have a community, or we're trying to build a community. One of the things we had was put on your outfit that you want to, your inspiration outfit. So I put on a corduroy suit jacket that can't fit exactly the way I want to fit. So that's my inspiration to do better. And we encourage people, that you got an outfit that you want to, post and pick, and for inspiration and encouragement, we encourage people to do so.
All right. Well, that is all I have for you. I hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment on this video. If you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and follow them on Instagram. Make sure you guys check them out. They are in Canton. This juice is amazing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye. See you later.